The shot is Carolina. Hey, what do you say?
Talkin Sauce, episode 60. We back.
6-0. Let's do it.
Barely. We
Still
barely, but we
on
back.
Early.
Yo, where we dropping in, son? Corey. Let's go. Damn it, man.
dude.
Huh?
Dude, I don't know, man. I was gonna say something negative, man. We're gonna try to keep it positive today. You know what I'm saying?
Come on, let's keep it
We're gonna
positive.
try to
here.
keep
Too
it
much
all-
negativity in this
Yeah.
quarantined world.
You know, I'm locked
real.
in these four walls, dude. I'm going crazy.
That's why we just got to fucking hop in the plane, head over to Verdansk, drop in, let these suckers know what it is, dude. Squirrel, get yourself a box. Cody, we can play now. We can play together with a PS4. Download the game.
I
Let's
know.
get in here. Let's play
Josh-
some Warzone, boys.
Josh, show 'em what you're
Or right here.
Talking about Warzone.
What?
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 Never mind.
Huh?
You
Get
ruined it.
Warzone. You ruined
What?
it. Get Warzone.
You ruined it.
Huh?
Call of Duty.
Call of Duty.
Can we
Well,
redo this intro?
Dude, I'm logging out, dude. no, it's fine. I've been traveling around space in the Mantis, dude, exploring all different worlds with BD1 and
Fuck
Cal.
is that?
Star
He's talking about
Wars.
Star Wars,
Star
dude.
Wars Fallen Order, dude.
You know.
Oh,
Act like you
Cal.
don't know. Yeah, you know, Cody.
Wow.
Cody
But
knows.
Better hit
I've been
Kashyyyk.
super enjoying that story. What?
So you've been hitting up Kashyyyk and
Oh, you know it, dude.
Dathomir. Where
Oh,
else
you
go?
know it, dude.
Man,
Yeah,
spell
that's just
Kashyyyk.
lit.
Zepho.
And
K-A.
spell it.
No.
Kashyyk, right?
No, there's an E in there, right?
Yeah, there's definitely an E somewhere in there.
Dude, no way.
Kashyyyk.
No way.
Kashyyyk.
Dude, there's no chance, dude.
I don't know.
Anyway. Dude, we are super fucking high energy today, homeboys. It's like we're bringing the heat.
For real.
It's like we've been bringing the heat in online hockey, losing
just
two more games.
just like that. And we had those two games back to back that we won, and we thought the next set we were going to at least win one of them, hopefully, to kind of keep the momentum going.
Yeah.
No, the exact opposite took place. We lost both of those games. We're back in our place,
Got bopped.
fighting for anything. I think regardless, we're still only going to place for the third place games. Like I think we're fucked.
That's dumb.
I don't know. I could be wrong though. I could be making all that up.
Yeah, see, I do know what you're talking about. Like they seeded us, but then it's like there's a ceiling on where we can make it in the tournament. I don't know.
I guess we didn't make the playoffs, dude.
Yeah,
I don't
we didn't
know,
make
dude.
we didn't make the playoffs. We got to go back and listen to our.
We better
Chris,
behind
our
the
Chris
draft lottery
interview,
pool
dude.
then. Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not 100% sure, dude. I'll just show up
Yeah,
and play.
no.
We got two games
I know.
tonight. If we win these two games, maybe there's a chance that we place higher. I don't know though.
Maybe.
I think we're fucked.
Maybe
anyway.
we play an entirely new drafted team too. It's crazy things are going down.
It might happen. We
yeah.
could play a whole
Maybe
new
we're
set
gonna
of
play
people.
all computers. You know, who
It
knows?
could happen. You know, you expect
Anything
one
could happen in this crazy league, dude.
You
Never
expect
know.
something to be one way, and then you go in and it's the other way. So I don't know, man.
But it's all right.
Hey, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It'll be all right, dude. That's why we play Warzone. Where we dropping in? I'm just gonna keep asking the question until you're all on the box with me, dude. Like, this is what we do now. Like, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
this is the new world order. So speaking of episode 60, boys, for this because I played Warzone 60 times today already.
Wow.
It's
Rookie
episode
numbers.
60. We hit a milestone. You know what I'm saying? We're 40 away from 100. It's
Woo.
Cody made
Yeah,
it's a
yeah.
milestone. 60.
And like how many 25 is a milestone and then like 50
Yeah.
was?
No, we're
Yeah.
doing ESPN stat milestones.
These are strong
dude.
numbers. Like 60 is a strong number. 25,
Very strong
50,
number.
75. They're strong numbers. 75 will be a milestone. 70 will be a milestone. If I want, 61 will be a milestone. All right. You know what? Fuck it. 59 was a milestone. Last one. All right. But episode 60, shouts out Jose Theodore.
Yep.
He's a number
Whoa.
60. Pretty good goalie, worth noting. He was drafted by Montreal in the second round in 94. 2 years later, in 96, he won a gold medal with the Canadian World Juniors out there. He had a 16-year pro career. He played with Montreal, Colorado, Washington for a little bit, and then his career in Florida. In 2002, he won the Vezina and the Hart Trophy. He's 42 on the list of all-time NHL wins, which is notable to say the least. And then he was going to be in the '06 Olympics, but there was like some performance substance controversy that kind of, I guess, made that a no-go, which doesn't happen often, or at least you don't hear about it happening often.
Mhm.
Is
But it
that
happened.
just something that runs in the Capitals locker room?
Probably.
Just
Probably.
doing some schneef with Kuzi.
Dude,
only
ever
reason-
since
yeah.
that Russian
reason he got
science
busted-
showed up, dude.
Yeah. Ever since, exactly, fucking pumping. Well, it was in
Mhm.
'06 too. I mean, he most.
It's
I don't
the
think he was
Olympics,
playing
too.
For,
Makes you think. Makes
I
you
don't-
think.
I don't know if he was on Washington then. He might have been.
That's where it started, The
Guys
seeds
are
were
fucking
planted.
Haters. You're haters.
Dude, matter of fact, fuck Warzone. Dude.
Whoa.
Warzone. Fuck Borderlands 2.
Whoa. You know what? Fuck Skyrim and
Yo, fuck Fable.
How dare you? How dare both of you?
See, the thing is, you can't really hate on Jacob's video games because he doesn't stand strong on any video game leg, dude. He's not really one out here dying for any video game.
Jake, what's your favorite lore, bro? Like, what do you even like? What?
Dude, my own life. What are you talking about, bro?
That's some whack ass lore,
That's the
bro.
most boring
That's
thing I've
some
ever seen.
whack ass lore, dude. The whole point of fantasizing about lore is because it's much greater than you'll ever be, dude.
Exactly.
So you have to
Dude, maybe greater than you'll ever be, bro.
I bet your page is like 4 fucking
Jacob.
articles, dog.
Jacob thinks real highly of himself.
You're not that special, dude. You're
Dude.
not that special.
I'm the most special, dude. I don't know what you're talking about.
My mom said to me before she tucked
if
me
not
in
for
tonight.
me, what else would there be? You know what I'm saying?
A
Like,
lot.
Damn.
A lot.
you have to ask yourself that every
There'd
morning.
be less facial hair. That's it. That's all there'd be. There'd be less facial hair without you.
And a worse world for it. I don't know. There's really no way around it. You
Come
know?
on, bro.
Dude,
Come
I'm
on.
Oh,
trying,
man.
Oh, that's awesome, dude. But shouts out episode
Borderlands
60.
3.
Shouts out not Borderlands, not Gearbox. Shouts out Jose Theodore.
Shouts
For
out
sure.
Jose Theodore, big
For sure.
BL3 fan.
I think too. Next, we're just going to go ahead and we're going to jump right into a conversation with graphic designer Eric Dunkel. Let's do it. All right, so now we have Eric Dunkel with us. Am I saying that right, Dunkel? Is that the correct pronunciation?
Yep, that's correct.
Awesome, graphic designer. I think how we kind of got onto his work was the Color Rush concept jerseys. And ever since then, I think they've just been blowing up on social media, and your other stuff is kind of just getting love all over the place. So we definitely wanted to talk to him. So thanks for joining us.
Thank
No,
you.
thanks for having me on, guys.
Yeah, man.
For sure,
Appreciate
man.
it.
I guess just to get started, what's your general graphic design background? How'd you get into it? And then how did kind of hockey end up becoming a part of that?
Sure. So I went to college up in Michigan, Lawrence Tech University, and I studied product design there, which is, pretty much anything you can buy in a store. We draw up concepts or do models, stuff like that. Anything from like furniture, TVs, cars, stuff like that. And I got my start in furniture and automotive. And then from there, I've been a hockey player my whole life. I've been playing since I was, 4 or 5 years old. And I recently wanted to do, a career change. So I decided to combine two things that I love doing and,
Hell yeah.
sports design.
Very cool. Very cool. Did you ever get to do any cars that you were proud of or anything like that?
No, everything I did in automotive was just like real small stuff, like just like components for suppliers and things like that.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, nothing too crazy. And it was the same thing with furniture.
Gotcha.
And that's kind of like the sad reality of product design is that there are a lot of jobs out there where you get to design the actual product, but there's a whole lot more jobs where you're designing little pieces and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, I know a couple of us have an engineering design background, and Jacob could attest to it too, where you're working on like a bridge, but you're like maybe designing like the bolt
Yeah,
for the
tiny
bridge or
thing.
something.
Yeah.
Mhm.
For sure. So that's cool. One of the first things that I think too, aside from the Color Rush jerseys, that kind of I think got a lot of people's attention, definitely mine too, was the All-Star concept for the 2021 series.
Yeah, that's the first thing that I saw, the Miami Vice jerseys.
Yeah.
Those are sick. Those
Super
are
sick.
awesome. So I guess just to get started there, what kind of got you to think about those and do the concept there?
Really, it was just hearing about the NHL deciding to bring the games down to Miami. And I've always loved the Miami Vice jerseys. So I naturally just wanted to do something like that for the NHL. It's something that the NBA loves to do, where they bring out a lot of crazy colors, and the NHL doesn't do that.
Right.
So I figured it would just be something fun.
I mean, that's true, because I guess they really don't do. I mean, sometimes they'll get fancy with their warm up jerseys, but they don't really play any. I mean, the Hurricanes have their Whalers night, stuff like that. But other than that,
Such a
it's pretty
boring
standard.
The NHL is extremely boring. It's all red, black, and blue.
Yeah.
For real.
Definitely.
I mean, I think 2 out of every 3 teams has black, blue, or red in their colors.
Right.
Yeah. It's that's why I was a fan of obviously not a Hurricanes bias here, but when we started wearing our home jerseys on the road, you got to see a couple, like we'd be wearing our reds, another team wearing their blues and stuff.
Yeah.
Just getting something more than just like the white aways,
Shouts out
color
Dundon.
for home.
Yeah.
So definitely a big fan of that. So did you with the color rush thing? Did you kind of like take what the NFL was doing almost and just try to apply your own spin on it for hockey and kind of go into that?
The main difference that I had was, I obviously I got the name from the NFL Color Rush, but more than anything, it was the NFL focuses on one singular color, and I personally didn't like that. I feel like for a color rush, you should just be taking whatever colors that team has, all of the colors, and just try to apply them in different ways. Maybe something that gives it more vibrancy, or just a different way than the team has used the colors before. I've made quite a few black jerseys. I think it was 6 or 7 black jerseys, but the goal with each of those was to basically make the black not even the focal point. You know what I mean? So, you look at those black jerseys and you're seeing those bright pops of colors in each jersey. It's not really something that's focused on the black, like say the San Jose alternate jersey. It's that jersey is basically all black with those tiny little bits of teal, very, very little white. That's something I really didn't want to do for this.
So did you
Definitely,
have a favorite? I'm sorry, Josh.
Well, I was going to say, and to your point, you look at the San Jose one you did, and it's exactly the opposite of that black with a little bit of teal popping. It's all teal. And actually, Jacob had said before we started recording, it actually is the same color as our EASHL club.
It's true,
so shouts out. Love the blue and the orange, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Teal and
Awesome.
orange.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I mean, they really don't utilize the orange. And I came to realize doing these concepts, the fan base really doesn't like the orange.
Yeah.
They're wrong.
Yeah.
I personally like it, but you might have saw on Twitter, I posted a second version, and I did that for a couple of the teams. With that San Jose one, I replaced the orange with their silver. And I think for Minnesota, it was originally a red jersey. I changed it to green. Just a couple different versions.
Yeah.
Man of the people. That Minnesota one is nasty, too. That one
For
is
real.
sick.
The Minnesota one's probably my favorite of all of them I've seen.
I was thinking the Yotes one is
That
pretty
one's really
sick.
good.
Yeah.
All the Western Conference ones.
That
are
one
good.
is bad.
Yeah, it does. It does seem like I did enjoy the Western Conference much more than the East. Do you? Do you favor one conference over the other jersey wise?
No, I mean I'm an Eastern Conference guy. It really just came down to the West has more unconventional colors than the East.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
There's a lot of red and blue over here on the East.
Yeah.
A lot of red and blue.
Yeah, the East very much favors red, blue, and black, and
Black.
the West is unique just because they're all newer teams, and there's just a lot more color over there.
Yep.
Good point. That's for sure.
So did you have a personal favorite jersey that you made? I don't know if maybe a personal team that you love or.
Sure. So I'm probably split between. I really liked my Colorado jersey,
Good.
and Trying to think in the East. That's tough. I really liked Washington. I really liked doing that Washington jersey because I hate the current jerseys they have.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of Caps fans don't like those
boring.
jerseys.
Yeah. So I really enjoyed doing the Capitals one. But I had fun doing pretty much all of them. You know, there were a few that I had a lot of trouble with, but you know, it's certain ones I might have 5, 6 revisions on my computer. Different
Yeah.
revisions.
Mm-hmm.
So when you say you had trouble with some, was that trying to find something unique to do with what they are, like basing off what they have, or
Yeah. So
some
I
of
mean,
those
more than any team, I mean, just teams in general, the original 6 is very hard to do.
yeah,
Very basic.
Yeah, they're all very, very basic, very traditional. So doing something that was a little bit different, but not too crazy different, that was a pretty hard line to toe. Trying to think, out of the original 6, probably the one I had the hardest time with was either Detroit or Montreal. Those two took a long time.
Right.
I believe that.
I was thinking Montreal when you were talking about that, just because you look at all their jerseys, it's pretty much the same thing
Same.
with tiny little
Same thing.
tweaks.
Yep.
Well, and Detroit,
and
you only have red and white to work with.
That's true.
And even
too.
then, that Detroit one turned out pretty unique too, given the not much to work with.
That's a pretty heavy throwback to the Cougars, which was the team back in the I believe it was the 19. I don't remember. I want to say 30s or 40s, something like that.
Sure. We wouldn't know.
Yeah. So that was just a throwback to the Cougars mostly. And I just, kind of ghosted out the stripes, kind of like a, I don't know, legacy callback, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
And I love the dot, like the square around the C too. It's real clean looking jersey.
Real clean.
Yeah, that's something else Detroit does that's unique, is they have the C on the right side of the jersey rather than the left.
Yeah.
And I believe you guys do that on your alternates too, right?
Yep. I think we flip it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. So and then talking about having a tough time with some of them too, was that true for Carolinas? Because it doesn't look like there wasn't much difference there between kind of what the original alternate is and how it is.
With Carolina, I do like the new alternate, but I wanted to add a little bit more to it. Like with the Carolina alternate, I don't understand just having. I like the logo, but it's just, it looks so weird just being this like skinny little thing that goes up the whole jersey,
Yeah.
So I wanted to mix it in with the old logo, the old third logo, and that was really it. I just combined their old alternate with the new alternate.
Gotcha.
And again, I mean, like you were talking about, it's all red, black, and white, so there's not really a crazy color to do with the Hurricanes.
Yeah, I mean, I tried. That's another jersey that I had a hard time with. I must have 3 or 4 different versions on my computer of that one too.
Maybe if they would have come up with more logos over the years, there'd be more diversity to work with. But yeah, they haven't had much as far as like the 3 different ones at most.
Yeah,
like that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you guys have had. Yeah, I mean 3 logos. I think that's it.
Yeah. So.
And we scrapped that one from the old alternates too. So.
Yeah.
But tropical expression. So with I mean, obviously we found out about you through Twitter and other random like social media websites. Has that kind of, I mean, were you expecting this kind of blow up once you started doing these?
No, definitely not. I mean, it blew up with the All-Star jerseys. That's really what got it started. But I mean, I didn't expect this at all. I mean, I think I started my accounts in October, and I really didn't start posting anything until around December, January. So it's been a pretty quick, big blow up. I mean, it's been pretty awesome. But
definitely speaks to the talent, man, for sure.
No, I appreciate it. I really do. I mean, I can't be more appreciative than I am now with just how much support I've gotten. It's been great.
Yeah, and I saw so it looked like something on your. I was looking at the Twitter earlier today. Are you producing that Pittsburgh one?
Yeah. So I did a so that script logo that's on the chest, that was my design. So I just took off the Penguins logos, took off any NHL, Adidas logos, and it's completely legal to manufacture.
Oh, that's cool.
It's sick. Yeah.
Yeah, so that is being manufactured. It's being manufactured by Bar Down Creative.
Nice.
So that's pretty cool.
Hell yeah.
They're gonna be pretty cool. I think it's full stitch, full stitch embroidered. So it's gonna be pretty high quality. I'm looking forward to seeing how they turn out.
That's
Hell yeah.
sick.
Is that the only one that has plans to be manufactured?
At the moment, I'm looking into the All-Star jerseys for next year.
Nice.
But I believe those would be pretty legal to do, but I got to look into it, make sure it's airtight.
Do your homework on that.
It'd be sick too
exactly.
if somehow you got connected with the NHL, because I've got to assume that someone in their office has at least seen in passing at least one of the jerseys that you've made. So it'd be really cool if they just kind of incorporated that, and actually, because I'm assuming they don't actually have those jerseys released yet, like what they're going to look like next year.
No, I'd imagine they'll probably start on that around season start.
Yeah. Have you had anybody like reach out to you and wanting to you to commission something? Like I saw that you do some like ball hockey teams and lower level beer league teams.
So
Stuff like that.
I've gotten quite a bit of freelance business lately. It's been some college teams, some high school teams, a lot of junior teams, and like I said, men's leagues. Men's leagues probably the majority of the business. But not too long ago, I got contacted by a NHL player.
Oh, nice!
No way.
Yeah, so I'm working on a project. I can't really say who it is or what it's for right now, but
is it like for? Can you say is it for the team that he plays for, or is it for like a charity league or
separate project?
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, but
So that's awesome.
Really
That's great.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, it was a big surprise, and I was completely shocked the morning I saw the message. So I mean, it's been pretty cool.
Hell yeah.
I imagine that's one of those like double take on the phone things, reloaded. Like, is this guy really messaging me right now?
That's pretty much it. Is this his real account?
Yeah. Am I getting trolled right now?
Is he verified? Let me.
Yeah, verified. Yeah,
Very cool.
That's
awesome though.
yeah, that's sweet.
So we were talking, I guess. So you're in Michigan. You went to school in Michigan. Are you a Red Wings fan, or who is like your team?
So I am a Red Wings fan, but I'm originally from Pittsburgh. So I'm a Penguins fan.
Okay, gotcha. Well, that makes sense.
Okay.
Beautiful.
So who's your favorite jersey then?
My favorite jersey currently in the league?
Yeah.
That's tough. I own a lot of Canucks jerseys.
Really?
That's some sick jerseys.
For sure.
A lot of different colors, a lot of variations over the years.
Yeah, they've done a lot of different things. Probably the Canucks. I mean, I've always liked the flying skate jerseys. I got a yellow one. I think they only made that jersey, I think, for 1 year, the yellow variation of the flying skate. And that's one of my favorite jerseys of all time. I got a beret version of that.
Nice.
That's fresh.
Yeah, it's a nice jersey.
Are the powder blues your favorite Penguin jersey?
No.
Really? I like them.
No. I mean, I like the powder blues. I think they're really cool, but it's not my favorite Pens look.
Yeah.
I mean,
what about those Stadium Series Steeler jerseys?
The ones that were just black and yellow?
Yeah.
They were okay. I definitely liked them more than the Flyers jerseys.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
But yeah, I mean, they were cool. Personally, my favorite Pens look is the ones they're rocking right now, the 91 throwbacks. I really don't think they can beat it. I think they're probably just going to stick with that for a long, long time.
Right.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Very cool. Very cool.
If you could take like one jersey in the league right now, one team's jersey, and redesign it yourself, whose jersey would you change?
If I could just redo the entire brand, probably the Capitals. Yeah, they just need a complete overhaul, in my opinion.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Interesting.
I mean, I like
I would agree.
I like the old logos with the Capitol building on it.
Yeah,
I mean,
that was always
that
my
stuff's
favorite.
cool.
Do theirs and then do the Hurricanes next because they need one too.
Yeah,
I do think the Hurricanes need a rebrand.
Yeah.
I think you guys would be much better off going with the flag logo for home and away and everything. You know,
yeah.
Right.
I've always agreed with that for sure.
Get rid of the toilet bowl logo.
the toilet bowl eye looking logo. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's about time to retire it.
The
What's next on your plate, man? You got any other big projects coming up or?
yeah. So I recently made a little update on Twitter. I think it was a week or two ago, but the next thing I'm looking into is defunct teams. So NHL teams and WHA teams.
Nice.
And what's cool about that is that a lot of those trademarks are dead, which means that I could redesign logos, redesign jerseys, and potentially sell them.
That's awesome.
Very cool.
Yeah, so
Very
that's
sick.
what I'm looking into right now is just some of those old WHA and really old NHL teams. That Pittsburgh jersey, actually, that's a little bit of a throwback to the Pittsburgh Pirates, which was the original Pittsburgh team back in I think it was 1910s.
Well, even the Pirates, the MLB team, that script looks very similar too. I feel like I've seen that.
Yeah, so that was something I actually designed that logo right around the time that they unveiled their new jerseys. But I mean, it was a happy coincidence, you know. I wasn't, you know, like it was. I personally love that new look that they got, the new Pirates uniforms. I think it's sweet. I've always liked script logos like that, much better than the blocky logos they used to use.
Right.
Yeah.
For sure.
Gotcha. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, dude. So thank you so much for your time, man. One thing too, I want to shout out the Twitter poll with the Color Rush jerseys. You have fans voting.
Yep.
Kind of like a Stanley Cup final situation. You got Colorado, which was one of your favorites. Looks awesome. Going against Buffalo, which is also a dope one.
Yeah, I do really like that one.
Whole day left of voting in that, right?
Yeah, so I left that one up for a little while. I think it's a 2 or 3 day poll.
Go vote.
But at the moment, I can't really do anything with manufacturing. I've had a lot of people say, "Oh, manufacture the winner," but I mean, I'd have to come up with some logos, which I'm definitely thinking about doing. I could end up potentially doing that, is make a custom logo and see if I can't manufacture one. But at the moment, I'm just focused on that Pittsburgh jersey, getting that finished and out the door. But the winner of that little competition, I will be doing jersey swaps on. So people who've been looking for, you know, full kit designs and things like that, they'll at least be able to see the winner.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well,
a lot of people asking for full kits, but you know, unfortunately, it's a lot of time.
Yeah.
And doing that for
Yeah,
30
I can imagine.
teams, it just would take too damn long.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, the polls and the jerseys and stuff has been a very breath of fresh air with all of the quarantining and no actual hockey. So it's been a lot of a point of a lot of conversation between the four of us. So definitely appreciate you doing it and coming on the pod.
I really appreciate you guys having me, man. It's been great.
Of course.
And we're gonna link all your stuff, but if you want to go ahead and plug anything you want to plug, like your socials or anything, go ahead and do that now.
Yeah.
So I'm E Dunkel Designs. It's EDUNKEL Designs. If you just type that into Google, you'll find me. First search result on Twitter, Instagram. I'm also on Reddit, Behance, all sorts of things. So you can, like I said, just plug that into Google and you'll find me.
Awesome.
Cool.
Awesome. Good shit.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. Really appreciate it.
Thank you. We appreciate
Thanks,
you.
Eric.
Thanks, man.
Appreciate it, man.
Hey, have a good one, guys.
You too.
So we just talked to Eric, man, and it was that was pretty good.
For sure.
Great conversation.
Great guy.
Good shit.
Dude, we
Check out-
got to get him. We got to get him to make some Talkin Sauce jerseys.
Definitely.
It would
Absolutely.
be sick.
Check out his stuff. You know what I'm saying? Hit him up on all his socials. Definitely, for sure.
Eric Dunkel Designs. E Dunkel Designs. Check it out.
So
It'll be in
moving
all
on to the
the
Hurricanes.
descriptions.
Yep, it'll be in all the descriptions. Moving on to the Hurricanes. Not a whole lot. Definitely a couple things to talk about for sure. One of which, the idea, there's conflicting stories. Has Williams played his last game for the Hurricanes' last game in the NHL?
Go, Cody.
I'm gonna say no.
Now,
Just
do you
'cause-
think finish?
Mainly because I think him coming back was like he wanted to feel like he did everything that he could, with the last couple years that he had, and I don't think. I mean, if he's like health wise, as long as he's still in shape, I think he's coming back. I don't think he's going to want to end it like this. Hopefully,
Do you think he only comes back if they continue this season, or do you think what if they push next season back? What if it
Well,
gets
I don't
that
think
serious?
that's.
Let's say hypothetically, do you think he still tries to come back?
I don't know because that's way too. I
Yeah.
feel like too much. I think regardless. I think if next year starts back on schedule, I think he's back, regardless of what happens at the end of this year.
Yeah, because even in his, I know he cleaned up. It came out that he said this is probably going to be his last season, hypothetically or whatever, and then he cleaned that up with an interview with Adam Gold. And even in that, he was kind of cryptic with his answer. He was saying, I had my plan this year. I was trying to go back and win a cup with Carolina and then go out on a high note like that. And he said, instead, we got what we got, and he's still just like up in the air about it. So I don't know. It's just real wishy-washy on his cleanup, I guess. But he's saying he's not definitely retiring. But
Right.
I don't know.
There's not much time left. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, a man of his age, not that he was really showing that he's not NHL capable anymore. He's on a limited window.
Yeah.
He was already on the fence about it. It took half the season almost for him to join the team.
And he'd need another contract for next season too.
Right.
Too. And right now, when we don't even know when the start of next season is going to be getting low, when this one's finishing, how do you decide what that value is in a player of his age? It's so,
And we're gonna have potential cap issues with the league next year. There's a whole bunch of stuff.
Basically, if he's coming back, he's going to have to take a low two-way deal.
Yeah.
Just because they're like, look, we want you, but this is the only way we can afford you for the uncertainty of everything.
Yeah. We'll see what happens with him, though.
We'll see what happens. Yeah, it's interesting. I think a lot of the stuff they were talking about was the cap remaining flat, not going up, and just being.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
So, but we've acquired a lot of money, but now between the trade deadline, too, that we're going to have to figure some stuff out. I know some of that walks to the end of this season, but I don't know. I do not know. Also, moving on with the Canes, there was the third Zoom call with the Finns and the Swede. Aho and Turbo and Nino there talking the trip. It was pretty good, pretty entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's no longer Turbo though. Bosa.
He's not Bosa.
Bosa.
So they were calling him Turbo, Jacob. They were calling him Turbo, then they were calling him Turbosa, and now it's just Bosa.
Nice.
And I guess to him, it sticks. He doesn't mind. Yeah, it's good. That's just classic hockey player nickname shit.
Yeah.
We gotta love that. They're all overseas right now. They're each in their respective homesteads in Finland and Sweden. Just chilling, dude.
Yeah, I saw they brought Roy Cooper on too, didn't they? They were talking to the governor
Yeah.
for a little bit.
Yeah, it was pretty sweet.
They brought him on. Yep. One part of it that I thought was hilarious was at one point Gardner wanted Tripp to ask Aho, "What's the deal with Aho having a sauna in his house and only inviting Turbo over?" And I was like, "That's not true. Just all the European guys are into it." And Gardner's not really European like that. I love it, dude. It's good, dude. I mean, come on, there's nothing wrong with two men sharing a sauna together at all.
Not at all, dude. When I was watching it, does Tripp and his mom live together, or are they just quarantining together?
I think it's his place, and she's staying with him.
So he was talking about having like parties at that house when he was younger. So I think that's their house.
Maybe it's his house. Could be. Could be. I could be wrong.
Because he I don't know if you saw the part where he said that he had hosted a party that may or may not have had skinny dipping before at his house.
Yeah,
which
because
is a real weird comment.
I guess someone or it's someone, one of Turbo's friends or somebody, I guess, on social media was busted skinny dipping. So people were asking if that was Turbo or not, or something. I guess that was I don't know. I didn't see any of that, but they were referencing that conversation. So He's like, it wasn't me. Might have been one of my buddies. It wasn't me.
Yeah.
One thing too that I don't know, I can't recall what the reason was, but Tripp was calling Nino Moby Dick. That was like his new nickname. I
Oh,
don't
Probably
know,
something to do
yeah.
with that skinny dipping, dude.
Probably.
something like that. But nah, they
They
were
were-
throwing that around.
Yeah, and they were talking about fishing too, and apparently they, I think it was him and Nino or Trip and Nino were talking about like, you know, what type of fish have you always wanted to catch or something like that, or what was your favorite experience? And Trip was talking about apparently there's a rite of passage. The first swordfish that you catch, you have to eat its eyeball. I don't know. I had never heard that before. I thought it was
Yeah.
some of the stupidest
Some real
shit that I
European
ever
shit
heard.
right there.
Mad European.
For real.
Mad Swedish. Finnish.
I'll do it. Fuck it. You know how you eat a swordfish eyeball?
Nah, bro.
Not even once.
Not
Not
even
Not,
the
not
ones.
even once for the story, dude. I'd be like, I'll pass.
Not once for the clout, man.
Nah.
All right, man. I mean, whatever. I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Whatever gets me respect, bro.
Yeah, I'm doing it for sure. One thing too that kind of gave me chills to think about, they asked each of them, the Finns, if you could have a Finnish player currently in NHL now on the team, who would it be? And they just, I mean, Aho just lists off superstars that we know, like you got
Mhm.
Rantanen, Laine, Barkov.
Yeah.
Dude, imagine if one of
He
those
played
guys
with
was on the
Line and
Hurricanes.
Rantanen, didn't he?
For sure, yeah, in juniors and stuff like that, or
Yeah.
in international play. What if we had one of those guys? Just like for whatever reason it happened, forget the trade or like whatever. I was like, just imagine we had Rantanen.
Dude. Oh, it'd be
Barkov,
sick.
dude.
Yeah, I was like, give
Imagine
us
we had Barkov replacing
bro.
Jordan at some point.
Bro. So
Filthy.
sick. So sick.
Filthy. I don't know, it'd be sick. It'd be
was-
really sick.
There was another part where they were going through. Trip was asking Aho and Turbo if they could name all the Finns that have ever played for the Hurricanes, and Trip even forgot. Like everyone just forgot that Holla was even on the team. It was so funny because like everyone was trying to name it, no one could get it, and then Trip named who they forgot, which was like Menelanen and a couple of the other like younger
I think
guys.
Nino was calling him out, dude. He doesn't miss shit.
Yeah, he's like,
Guy's like
you guys
an alarmed
forgot about
expert.
Holla.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah,
dude, he's already
dicks.
gone. He's out. Yeah.
Disrespectful. And then asking Nino if he could have anyone, any Swedish player, Swiss player. He had said Jokinen.
UC.
Yeah,
So I
you
thought
see
that was
it.
interesting. Yeah, I'd take him.
Shouts out. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think we said that
Yeah,
too.
yeah,
We
so-
shouted him out not long ago. Fucking still
Mhm.
take Jokinen, bro,
Fucking joking, dude.
for sure.
I do want to see Svetch on one of these Zoom calls, though.
I'm telling you, dude, they've
Waiting
got the
for it.
Hamilton Svetch Fogel call in the talk, dude. I'm telling you.
Yeah,
It's got to be.
I
It's gotta
was
be.
very surprised that Dougie hasn't been on one of these yet. I mean, because he's
waiting.
obviously one of like
Yeah.
the fan
Save the
favorites.
best for last, dude.
Yeah.
You don't
Yeah.
Mhm.
you don't show your hand.
And maybe they're going to really, hammer out whatever little medical stuff you may have left. So, because those questions are obviously going to have to be brought up when he's on. You know what I'm saying?
That's true. They want
Where you're at, yeah.
Yeah.
They want him to be able to be like, I'm coming back. Like, let's
Smart
get
from
it
a
going.
PR
type shit.
standpoint.
Yeah.
Definitely. That's probably all it for the Hurricane stuff, though, right?
Yeah, not
Not
too
a
much.
lot.
Oh,
Not a lot.
We got some ex-coach stuff we're going to get into and all that. But Hurricanes not doing too much.
Billy P.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and jump right into it.
Dude.
Into it, right?
Fuck that guy.
Mhm.
Still,
Oh, all
Yeah,
the way
so-
fuck that
still
guy.
fuck that guy.
So Peters gets a job coaching the KHL team over there, the same one that Datsuk plays for. He's
Yeah,
the
I
last
couldn't tell
year of
you.
his contract for.
Avtomobilist.
I wasn't going to try it, but there you go.
Yeah.
Swing and a miss. But there's some other controversy there. Someone wants to clarify?
Yeah, so it was. So apparently, it was Datsuk that actually had requested that team reach out to Bill Peters, which is interesting for Datsuk's character. But additionally to that, the guy Nigel Dawes for them. He's their leading scorer. He's their captain, and he's fifth in all-time points in the KHL. But his contract is up in 2 weeks, and he's Canadian, but he's of Jamaican descent, and there have been reports saying that he's not re-signing with the team because of Bill Peters.
Now I'm fucking
Which,
fighting him.
yeah,
No,
but like
not at
at that
all.
point, why? I mean, who do you think is more valuable to your team, your captain or a racist coach? Like,
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know, it's weird.
it just shows you culturally where Russia is at, and
Yeah.
sadly,
Yeah,
Where
Sadly,
hockey's
we're-
kind of at.
it's hockey too, definitely still, and sadly, Datsuk That hurts
Yeah.
for me.
I
That
know.
sucks.
Has Peters coached Datsuk before?
Yeah,
Was
that's
he?
the Red Wings.
Yeah.
I remember he was.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was under
What's his
what's
face?
his name? The other shitty
They
guy.
played together a lot, or coached. He coached under him for a while.
Yeah,
So
It's wild to me that they would, I mean, knowingly like hire.
they took
on
back Voynov
Peters.
with open arms, and you know what I'm saying, all the shit that
That's
happened
true.
over here. That's
yeah.
just how it rolls over there. They
Is it
don't
that
care
same
about that kind
team?
of shit. I don't know if it's the same team. I'm just saying
Okay.
the KHL.
Same
Right.
as a
league,
whole.
yeah.
We're talking about Russia here, dude. I mean, it's not. You know what I mean?
Progressive Russia, not really in the same sentence usually. You know what I'm
It's a
saying?
rich
Usually.
third world country. Like, just
Yeah, I
saying.
don't know. I just wonder how like other teammates are taking that, where they're basically saying, oh, okay, our front office is picking
Some
sides
of them
with
probably
Datsuk
pretty fucking
over
upset
our
about it.
captain.
Some of them
Yeah.
probably don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Probably definitely a sad mixed bag.
Mm.
Because you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But and there's a
Buffalo
lot
Peters.
of people who play on those teams and leagues who aren't from there.
Yeah.
Like Nigel.
Yeah.
So there's probably a lot of people who aren't fucking with it. But
It
damn.
better not lead him with open up the door back into the NHL. That would, or the AHL, any fucking.
I don't think it will.
Mhm.
I hope not.
Yeah.
What we do need to do though is bring this Nigel guy over to the NHL.
Yeah.
Right? I mean,
How old is he?
I don't know. Like I said, he's fifth in all-time points.
Probably be the only thing that would play a factor if he's that good.
He's probably in his 30s, I would imagine. If he's fifth all time, there's
Yeah,
been
he's-
some.
He's 35.
Yeah, see, there you go. I mean, he could play. I'm sure he could play somewhere, but that's the whole thing of breaking
Right.
in stuff when
Yeah.
you're older. After like 26, you just stop getting looks,
Yeah.
real looks. But not shouts out any of them, but Nigel. But shouts out the Blue Jackets. They're making deals done. They got fucking Corpusalo booked up for 2 more years, like fucking 2 point something. For those 2 years, total like $5.5 million 2-year deal.
Yeah, it seems like a pretty good deal for both sides.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, definitely, especially for the Blue Jackets. They got Elvis too as that backup. He'll be able to play a little bit. It's good for them. They got a good little tandem for the next couple
Yeah.
of years.
And they're not hitching their wagon to something that could be just a flash in the pan either.
Yep.
It's kind of crazy what they've been able to do with the team they've got,
Yeah.
which is weird that Tortorella didn't get looks at the Jack Edwards?
Coach of the year?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he didn't. He in the
I thought that was crazy.
yeah. I don't see how you. I really don't get how you don't pick him. Like with what Columbus lost going into this year. And they were in the playoffs at the time of the league stoppage, right?
Yeah, I think
Close
so.
to it, yeah. If
So-
not, yeah, they're right
So,
there.
Yeah,
It
it's
doesn't make
crazy.
any sense why Torts wouldn't get the looks, but good for them doing it. It reminiscent of the Reimer and Mrazek deals, so to speak,
Yeah.
where you just decent but starter capable goalie
Mhm.
under $3 million for a couple of years just to see what he's got. Good shit.
Yeah,
Speaking of contract woes, the Jets thinking they had something coming back next year in terms of defense, they do not. Dustin
I heard he left
Bufflin,
like millions of dollars on the table too.
about $14 million. He totally gave up his rights to his money this year, and then he gave up walking away, mutually agreed, terminated their deal for the remainder next year. So that's 2 years to $7 million. He's just saying, "Nah, I'm cool."
yeah.
Do you think that's just because Winnipeg is a shitty place to live?
I guess.
He's tired
Nah.
of it. Just there's no airport, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, how's he get out of there?
Yeah,
Somewhere
ironically.
where he can actually leave.
Yeah, yeah.
I think he's just done it. He's coming off injury. I think he's had enough of getting hurt and lost the love for the game enough to where he's not willing to keep putting his health at risk. I think is
Yeah.
the biggest thing. I don't know that for sure, but that's just my hunch.
Do you
based
think
on him walking away?
halfway through next year he signs with someone to play as a kind of like a rental?
If he doesn't, it won't be from the lack of offers. He's going to have a lot of people wishing.
Oh, yeah.
Imagine him because remember he's versatile enough to play forward. As a D man, he would log so many minutes. Just put him on a fourth line right wing, dude.
Yeah.
For real.
I do
Chilling.
wonder though if people have looked at what Justin Williams did this year and like, all right, he took the first half off and then he came back. Like, I wonder if that's going to be more of a thing for years to come.
And similar enough where obviously Bufflin's athletic enough to where at
Right.
his age he can do something like that. I think they're just gonna have to be rare breeds athletically, like
Yeah.
Williams and Bufflin are.
Yeah,
Or
there's
they're
definitely going to be
just
someone who's going
bang.
to try it and who's going to come back just fucking gassed the whole time.
Yeah. Well, it's got to be a player that fans love and are yearning for too. Like Justin Williams is a legend here in Carolina. Bufflin potentially was that guy out in Winnipeg, but like Mike Fisher in Nashville, it's all you got to kind of be a legacy guy to get that sort of special treatment.
That too. And willing to sign for little money when you come back.
Yeah.
He's not going to get $7 million wherever he goes. So it is.
I saw even Bufflin's wife posted on Twitter, I think, when they announced the termination or whatever, and she didn't use the word retirement or anything, did she? Like she just said this is the end of this chapter and all that. So I wouldn't be surprised if he signed somewhere.
Because how old is he?
35.
He's 34. 35,
he's up there too.
Like yeah.
I'm just saying he's not at any age where if he did retire, you'd be like, wow, he's wasting years. It's like, oh well, he could have taken. Makes sense.
He's made his coin.
Like, it will definitely. And it's similar to Williams, where it's like, well, you came back, you did your thing. This didn't work out. What's the reason to continue?
Yeah.
But I don't know.
On some level, it's nice to leave on your own terms too.
Yeah. And moving on to more happy stuff, PK Subban, he had the second episode of the trivia show. I hadn't had a chance to see it yet, but I'm sure there'll be more of those based on the first one. They came back with the second one. It obviously didn't do terrible.
Yeah.
I did see in the thumbnail he had Bergeron on, so I love that. Just
really?
Rival. It's good shit for sure. I'm sure.
Very good shit.
Off the ice are good together, but
it's a content Cold War, dude. That boy's just stacking up
for real.
For real. That's good shit. What else is going on, boys?
I don't know. I guess we're still might be getting playoffs. I still haven't given up on it yet that we'll have more hockey this year, but I mean, day by day, my optimism.
Dude, fuck this, dude. I'm going where there's ice, dude. I'm going where there's ice. Me and my fucking boys, dude. We're just gonna fucking hit the ice.
You and Crosby back there.
Me and Crowd. Well, chill. It's not like that. It's not penguins are my actual favorite animal.
It's kind of funny. He jumps from the Hurricanes to the Capitals.
Only because I want to fight
penguins. Wow.
I like penguins because I want to bop one in the nose. Look how fucking smug they are back there. Just like, oh, fucking, I'm a penguin.
This isn't a bit either. This has been a thing since he was like 15. He wants to fight a penguin, dude.
But and then nurse it back to health. They're adorable, but I don't want to smack one.
Oh, dude, that's almost darker, dude. You want to beat it and then build it back up, dude.
So it then depends on you.
Yeah,
it's that's a weird. Look how they look.
Real weird complex.
Look how they look.
What's that? No, what is that? Where you there's a whole word for that.
It's like that. It's like that Stephen King book where she kidnaps the Arthur and then ties him up and breaks
to the
his
bed
legs.
frame. Yeah, it's real. But what's the disorder with that?
Where you empathize with your captor?
Yeah,
that's Stockholm syndrome.
That's
Stockholm
syndrome.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of.
That's what penguins have with me.
Yeah, that's what you're looking for. You're trying to give a penguin Stockholm syndrome. Is what I'm.
Yeah, maybe. Whatever, dude. Well, as long as I'm happy, that's the way.
Yeah. That's the overarching.
All right. Well, I think it's
we've
time,
lost
boys.
all momentum.
Gone off the rails.
Let's get the fuck out of here, Jacob.
What's
we
up,
dropping
man?
in, boys? Where are we dropping in, man?
If you want to find out where we be dropping in, join us on the map. You can find us at Talkin Sauce Pod, no underscore, respect the underscore. Hit us up if you YouTube, Twitter, all that shit. You can find Eric Dunkel. Thank you again for coming on. Dunkel Designs. Hit him up. You can find me at Cobb, JAY_TOBBB, screaming over this fucking piano. Josh, where can they find you at?
At Teebs, TEABZZ.
Cody.
At CD_2187.
Find me at Teabags Your Mom. 69 420 lowercase x capital X.
Look at this wannabe Bo Burnham ass motherfucker.
We'll catch you next week.